Morning, guys. Alright, that's right. We were low energy yesterday. Want to fix that shit today. Kill some ancient undead. Seems doable. Seems very doable. Down to 1 powder. Should update these goals, huh? Alright, take a look.
You have returned.
More glorious pain and suffering, D.
D. Welcome back, Direvenom. Thank you for the resub. 26 months. Good morning, HTlwwgODZu. Hello, Altair. Notification squad. Don't know what that means, but welcome. A little early today. Starting about 45 minutes early. Feeling good? Ready for some BattleBrothers? Ready to embrace the grind a little bit more today, perhaps? It's a grindy campaign. Can live with that. Alright. Ah, Twitch pop-up. I see. Hey, Shenso. It's feeling really bright in here today, though. Hey, Hutchie. Hey, Brongard. It's not the sun. There's no sun in this room. This room has no windows. These are artificial lights. I should turn them off and just... You guys want to see what the lighting looks like without the lights on, without the studio lights on? 2 seconds. Just a dark, floating face. Yeah. I mean, perfect for Dovcool, really. Morning, Kex. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fucking updates. Okay. Yes, the monitor glow. Uh-huh. A healthy, happy glow of a contented monitor. Alright, we want some fucking candles. My god. Still go throw a spec on this guy. I think we're going to. I need archers to deal with goblins, which is a bit awkward, and I need throwers because I want to deal with chosen. Although I still don't think that's going to be enough for those chosen camps. Are you dead yet? I don't think so. Are you born yet is a better question. Oh, you're here. You're level 7. You're at a really good level for surviving. The issue right now is you haven't converted to a mega yet. Or converted to a cultist yet, which means you may leave the team once the next sacrifice event triggers. So, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, I would like to assign some specialties today. Should you attempt to fight Kraken with 16 amazing bros even if you don't know the tactics? Yep. Absolutely. I'd watch the guide video first, but if you just enjoy losing brothers, you can do it with you can do it blind. It's a very rewarding mechanic, and plenty of time to learn. The mistakes are soft. If you mess up, not a lot happens. You'll be fine. Highly recommend, but also record for posterity. How's the rock climbing going? Fuck, I wish the rock climbing was going. There is no rock climbing within a reasonable distance of me. Well, actually there is. I'm about 5 minutes from Oshkosh, which has a climbing wall, but the climbing wall is not open to the public, and there's no reciprocity between my wife's college and Oshkosh, which means that we can't get into that. I contacted them directly through like 3 different avenues, and they all got the same answer, which is basically nope. So I'm not currently rock climbing, and I missed the hell out of it. I'm really bummed about that. Yeah, Brongard, they will definitely kill your guys. Kraken will kill your guys if you don't know what's going on into that. And it will kill them unexpectedly and from full health. And you'll be like, oh, that's great. Nice new mechanic. Love it. Thank you, lazy boy. I'm glad to hear. Glad to hear. I spent a lot of time trying to solve the Kraken puzzle too. And it's not, I'm not sure there is a perfect solution. There's just a high degree of variance in that fight. Poker faces with 16 months. I don't need a rock fund. It's not a financial issue, Lemma. Although, of course, I'm always going to be accepting donations. It's about the availability. It's like, yeah, I can drive for like an hour or an hour to get to a realistic, I think it's an hour to get to a realistic climbing wall. It might even be an hour and a half to get to a climbing gym. And sure, I could take summer excursions to outdoor rock climbing, which are both great. But having a local gym is so much better, because then I can, like, you know, like my last place, I was 10 minutes from a rock climbing gym. So I'd climb 3 times a week, which is great. Do I do anything to replace rock climbing? Cycling is kind of shitty out here so far. I have followed up a little bit on that. There's a bike shop about 10 miles from my place, which is really annoying, that does bike rides that they lead from there, which is really too far to bike to before going on a bike ride. And then it's also kind of a pain in the ass to stick a bike on a bike rack, etc. There's also a downtown bike rack that I've been meaning to ask if they lead rides at all, because that's like a 5-minute bike ride for me. And if I get a 5-minute bike ride that starts a guided or a bike group that goes out, that might be worth doing. I've done some solo biking around here, but the terrain's a lot more boring than the last place I'm at, so it's like not as fun as a bike ride. But I have done some bike riding here, and I joined a 9 round when I moved out here, Kerbrick, to kind of make up for the lack of rock climbing. So I just do a changing workout routine a couple times a week with that. So predominantly bouldered, I get on ropes. I like top roping. I like climbing on ropes or leading. I don't love leading, mind you, but I do lead. All right. Poor old Frigg is sick, so she's been gone for 2 weeks. She gets home. She's got some horrible plague. And I'm 100% certain I'll get that sooner or later. But she's currently lying on the couch in a pool of tissues and tears. Well, my tears. And probably going to send her to the doctor today. She's had it apparently 9 days. 9 days not recovering on her own suggests infection that should be getting taken care of. Oh, that sounds amazing, Kerbrick, actually. I loved biking to work. I did bike to work for about a year when I was living in Asheville, and I loved that. But I did show up to work sweaty as fuck, and that was kind of awkward. Here, doesn't matter so much. There, kind of felt a little unprofessional. Didn't realize robots can catch the plague. Yeah, viruses. What can I say? All right. You have showers at both your offices, huh? Move to the Netherlands, biking to work is the norm. I don't think we'll be moving to the Netherlands anytime soon, although hopefully visiting at some point. Yep, I like I love building workouts into my routine that are not just like special workouts, right? Like climbing was always that way. It's a good workout, but it's something I love doing. And biking's the same. I loved biking to work. You know, it was like, I don't know, it was like a 7-mile ride to and from work for that place. And that was great. I do 14 miles of biking like 5 days a week or something as part of just my work routine, which is very, very nice. Where? I don't know. There's a couple things floating around in my mind. My mother-in-law is celebrating her 60th birthday coming up not too long from now, and she is potentially going to be doing a Europe trip that she wants the family to be a part of, which means that I might have an excuse to be on the continent and then do a little bit of traveling in addition to that, perhaps. And then there's TwitchCon Europe, which I'm considering attending at some point. Since a lot of you guys are European, feels like it might be nice to try one of those at some point. If I can leverage either of those into a trip, realistically, those would be kind of cool. How have I coped with the whip nerf? Do I still use them? Yeah. I think whips are excellent. I'm actually trying to figure out more ways to put whips into my lineup, not less. I'm hoping the thrower whip hybrid might be good enough to use. Traveling within Europe isn't that expensive, you know? Well, getting across the Atlantic is fairly expensive, and it's also very time intensive, right? Any day, like, it's kind of weird, like, you know, as my own boss, that I set all my own hours, right? But because of that, I'm like I feel super guilty when I don't stream. Well, not guilty. Guilty is the wrong word. I'm very cognizant of the fact, very aware of the time I take off when I take off time. Yep, TwitchCon Europe was in Berlin this year. I almost went to that, because I really considered it. But I wanted to do it. Ideally, I want the addition. I want a trip out of that as well, right? So I want my wife to be able to come along, and this year was not a good year for her leaving for any length of time. Heavy axes cleaver whip or heavy axes polearm whip? Neither. The AP doesn't work out for either of those. The attack cost on axes is 6. The attack cost on polearms is 5. And neither of those combo with whip disarm, which is also 5. It's actually bow or thrower that you combo it with, or if you had a non-reach one-hander, that would work too. Although I don't really want them on the front line. Although the whip cleaver frontline hybrid has been working very, very well. And you could take this build with recover instead of or rather, this build really wants recover, which is a little bit awkward. We still have a floating point here, so you could drop rotate for recover. I hate dropping rotate, really hate it. But this build has been very good. And additionally, I think the guaranteed famed cleaver, if it's not shitty in your run, you could probably build another brother with this build. Having 2 brothers with the whip up front with cleaver spec is actually really interesting to me. I should probably do an updated build video, huh? Like updated mod video and updated builds. Maybe I'll do it after the Davco run. Probably be amazed by how small Europe is compared to Trans-American distances. I have an English, I'm dual citizen and English citizen as well. And been over there been to England a fair number of times. Not actually that much on the continent, particularly, but a little bit. Did a little bit of France as a kid. So taking time off as an investment. Yeah, streaming's a little punishing for taking time off, Fez. You see an immediate dip in things like subs, especially Twitch Prime subs. They're such a moment-to-moment popularity contest that taking time off shows a noticeable decrease in Twitch Prime subs. Like really, really noticeable. Not English and British. Speak for yourself. Got a British parent? Yeah, my dad's English. I have a passport that is up to date. English passport as well. Drop Killing Frenzy on Cleaver Whip Duelists. Not super excited about that. IRL streams? Yeah, I don't know. I've never been an IRL streamer, and I don't know that I want to be an IRL streamer. I sell my channel on its gaming content. Today, Filthy Min-Maxes walking to the baguette shop. After Dav, cool. Probably militia, but we'll see. All right. Should we set up for this fight? Any more impromptu morning stream stuff? Super Common Guru, I'll let you answer your own question. See if you can find any candles on the screen right now. Just IRL Excel and calculators? Yeah, could do that. Plus, I fucking hate long air travel. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'2", and planes are a nightmare for me. Like, it's almost impossible to sleep in them. So when I flew out to, we did our honeymoon in Singapore and Thailand a couple years ago now. Actually, it's our anniversary today, I think. I think it's today, our anniversary. Might be Friday. It might be 2 days from now. I can't remember if it's the 3rd or the 5th. But anyways, we flew out to Singapore and Thailand for that. And those rides were a nightmare. It's just like me being awake for like 20 hours on a plane. Nope, that's fine, Kex. I'm happy for all community engagements on my channel. You're on mobile. Candle, every time you level up, the sacrifice event triggers No Wait Super Common Guru in this playthrough, we get an additional buff for some of our brothers, which is represented by a thicker candle. So over here we have a single candle, and then on this guy we have a double candle. There's up to 6, I believe. So we're attempting to get as many candles as we can, which is part of the playthrough here. Got to splurge on business? Man, business is a lot more expensive than the other one. You're 6'6"? Yeah, my brother's 6'5", and it's even worse for him. So yep, I'm with you. I went to Thailand. How was it? We went to a resort part of Thailand, right? So we weren't there too long. It was all right. I liked parts of it. It was very, very pretty. But it was a little too touristy for me, the part I went to. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the country and a little bit less of it wasn't really an island, it was a peninsula resort, right? Which was, so I liked it, but I wish if I went back, I would do it differently. It's also really far away. So I think if I went, I'd try to go for longer because the travel is so ridiculous. I made a community manager hiring announcement yet. I did say I was going to announce that. I have hired a community manager. I probably should announce that. Stream better, Hoya says. That's right. That's right. If I stream better, I could afford business class flights everywhere, you're saying? Possibly. You know, I mean, it was nice. I mean, the spot I went to was nice, and it was pretty, and it was relaxing, and I got to do some rock climbing in Thailand, which was fucking sweet. And, you know, it felt like what I would associate with what I would want a honeymoon to be. We had a very nice honeymoon. There's some very cool pictures and really fond memories of that. Actually, one of my long-term subscribers, not my first sub, but certainly one of my longer subs, Galg, is from Singapore. So he showed us around Singapore City, and the city of Singapore, excuse me, and invited us to his house. We had a family dinner in Singapore, which was fucking phenomenal. And it was really cool to just have that that connection in a part of the world that I've never been to before. It was really nice. Singapore, very clean. Singapore was a lovely city. I'm a bit worried about things where it says like it's a death sentence to have like it's all over all the immigration stuff. It's like it's a death sentence to smuggle marijuana. But at the same time, like, man, their city was great. Very, very clean. Very, very, the public transport was great. It was well set up. It was nicely integrated between like greenery and city. Like, it was a beautiful city. But there's like, the regulations are crazy. There's like no gum chewing or like, it's interesting to see what you do when some of the personal freedoms are restricted, but what the outcomes of that can be. You have to trust in your government. You have to trust that trust that this is actually going to be something beneficial to you. But man, it's a nice place to visit. Singapore full of pirates. Probably? Did I go to the bar that is on a boat, or the one that's on top of 3 skyscrapers? I did go to the bar on top of one of the skyscrapers. It was very expensive drinks, but a very, very nice view. I shared a drink with Galg up there, actually. Or not shared a drink, but we had drinks there. Seems like the obvious solution is not to smuggle marijuana. Yeah, but it's a symptom of a way of thinking about things that I'm not sure that I wish to get invested in. All right. It was very, very nice way, Mark. Okay, are we gonna play games today, chat? I'm happy to chat longer. If we have more questions, I'm willing to let the continue on with that. But I'm also happy to kill some skeletons. Could do either. These lights are feeling really bright today. I don't know what the hell it is. I need to put my sunglasses on or something. Any news on the Druidstone key? Aqua reached out. I haven't heard back. Although I don't check that midweek. I check that on Tuesdays. The best thing I learned from the psychology degree. I like the research approach of things, mind messing. So I think just the system of thinking was probably the most interesting part of that to me. First symptom of plague, bright light weakness. Fuck, you're probably right. As a graduate that's ended up not working in the psychology field. Yeah, and it's very interesting seeing my wife now with her PhD having entered into a tenure track position and realizing that despite graduate school being this unbelievable amount of work, that it's even more work as a first year professor, and realizing that I like my job quite a lot and my hours are better than her hours. My sanity is better than her sanity, in my opinion, and I like what I'm doing as much as she likes what she's doing. So I'm kind of glad where I am. Gonna study psychology this autumn. Very interesting field. Although for me, it was always about the research psychology. Social psychology was interests me, not so much clinical psychology. Although every time you say you're a psychologist to somebody or that you have a psychology degree, people assume you mean clinical. Tenure or tenure? Tenure. The second, the latter. Tenure is probably a little bit more secure than streaming. Yes. Oh, absolutely. She does not have to worry about Twitch Prime subs for sure. All right. Let's finish setting up our group. All right. Axes for days. Yeah. Smelties looks fade. It's all over. Yeah, I'm worried about that too. I'm thinking about some plastic surgery. Maybe just, you know, a bit of a lift. See where we can go from that. All right. Sellsword to tank some hits. We'd like to level our back rank here. So a lot of back rank we're leveling. And white chocolate needs to hit 11. So we've got the big hitters. Maybe we just don't bring a tank. How do I feel about no tanks here? It's bold. It's bold. Possible men get better looking as we age. Yeah, it's a convenient myth. I can just avoid the ravages of time. How are you doing that? Oh, man. Alright. This guy needs to roll well. I'm not even sure we're leveling him right now. We're going to level more promising candidates. Okay. Am I following E3 at all? Well, Kex, to put that in context, I'm not sure I know what E3 is. So, no. Can you get tickets for the inevitably required replacement character? Sure can. I will add 1 ticket for you, Super Kamagiru. I've seen Steve Carroll, aged like wine. I don't know if I wish to be compared to wine. Wine is a consumable substance used primarily for mind-altering experiences. I'm not sure that I wish to be aged for that purpose. All right, what are we doing with this? Axes, maces, hammers? Hammers, bro. What about this guy? Shield? I want to use this fucking flanged mace over here. But I think axes are just better. I probably won't see it all over Twitch, Kex. The Twitch I watch is pretty specific. I almost always watch streams related to the games I'm playing at the time. Do we need a Billy the Bannerman for this fight? Do we know what we're fighting? Lots of Ancient Honor Guard. Disarm is very nice in this fight. I guess we're okay as is. 54, we're leveling a lot of people, but Billy the Bannerman would love to sit out. I just need some more fucking whips. I guess I could get a whip in here. We need throwing axes. How have I not managed to get a throwing axes playthrough? We're like 200 days in. Where are these throwing axes located? The barbarians. Why have we not taken them from the barbarians? Who's letting the barbarians dictate throwing axes? What's my wife's PhD project, her dissertation? Dissertations are a lot about showing off statistic knowledge as much as anything else. I don't think it's a very, I mean, I don't know. I could tell you bits about it, but I'm not sure it'd be doing the project justice. I think I'd rather just not. All right, javelins, crossbows, bill hooks. No, javelins ain't gonna help us here. Are we gonna take, I think we're just gonna make this guy. I was trying to do something different with him, but I think I'm gonna do throwing and, so throwing mastery, duelist are 2, and the third is whip spec, and we just don't get recover. Okay, so we'll take whip spec now then. Okay. Is there a max number of sacrifices with this start? No, there's a CD for sacrifices, Superweight Kamaguru. It's it only happens so often is the limiting factor, not how many times total. Doing this without a tank. It'll be bold. We love bold. Okay. It is a little frustrating because of how rarely the sacrifices are occurring and how slow it is to progress. That it feels like you really want your better brothers early, and it's so they can get the most bonuses from sacrifices, but you're never going to get better brothers early. The whole point of BattleBrothers is the progression of brothers across time. So, in we go. Our Magic Monday's not a thing anymore. Was it ever Mondays? I think it was the evenings, wasn't it? Wasn't that Tuesday? Anyways, no, Magic Mondays are not a thing right now. Although I will be playing Magic this week on Thursday. Deathsea is going to be joining my stream. If you don't know Deathsea, he's another limited streamer. We're going to be doing a collab on Thursday for probably as long as he hangs out, which is probably a couple hours. And then on Saturday, I will be joining his stream for the evening to do another collab with him. Really looking forward to that. Giving them a lot of high ground here. We could sacrifice Kex indefinitely. Repeatedly, sure. I enjoy the magic, but you guys don't seem to be enjoying the magic quite as much. There's a lot of other magic streamers out there, and I really don't like constructed all that much, so I'm only playing limited. So I've been very excited about each of the new sets as they come out, but 86 Fahrenheit, and that's where you want to be killed at? Yeah, I don't think you'd survive where I live. We had minus 50 fucking Fahrenheit, which really doesn't matter, for the winter, followed by, we're gonna have 100-day Fahrenheit summers here not too long, although currently it's still 60. Fucking place. Alright, I do need to set these up to die. So probably a hit there to set up for this axe is good. We want to do damage here to set up for the other axe. Damage there. I think that's enough to likely kill. So we try to help the hammer. Very nice. This is not going to kill, so I just going to hit that for next turn. A miss. Sword probably kills that. Just kidding. Okay, our turn again. Let's hang out there. Kill that to make room for the axe to move forward. Hang out there. Damage there. Been nice if this killed, but it didn't. Very nice. Bummer he missed. Let's go for that kill. We missed. Yeah, that's a bit what I was worried about. Nice, kill that before it acts. So much of this fight is just about getting that damage in before they get to do their damage. Because they hit like a truck. Could start disarming, could try to get some damage in here. Maybe should rotate there, I'm not sure. Can take one hit on white chocolate. Excuse me. One day chat. I should never have waited there. I should have indomed. Damage appears. Always is going down right now. We need to finish this fight up. Guess we could disarm some stuff here, but really that's not my goal. I hate attacking shield walls. Really not beneficial. It's helpful for us there. Alright, HTlwwgODZu is in trouble. Should have moved to the high ground first, no reason not to have. His attacker is there. It's his only attacker there, though. He'll survive the hits from the sword. So that should be okay. Can wait for adjacency bonuses since we're not going to kill it before it attacks, and we don't care about its attack this turn anyways. We'll just try to brute force that. There we go. Could be disarming here. It's probably better than taking a crossbow shot. Kind of forgot I had it, honestly. Okay. Got there. Not even that bad, although we're definitely armor tanking. We'll roll on our famed item chance. And by roll, I mean just toss whatever tickets we had for the famed item straight into the garbage. Alright, what are we doing out here? So where are we on our Davkul sacrifices? I guess I should probably be Davkul in the title. Total sacrifice is 5. Candles triggered. Next sacrifice, day 199. Next conversion, day 185. Are we really 15 days due for a conversion? Good to know, Kex. Let's try to keep track of that for next run. What is powder for? Happiness. Helps us regulate our mood. It's medicinal. So we need people, famed items, and we're going to try some orcs, I think. Gotcha, Kex. I think we're happy to just take some more shit fights, maybe? Tough to say. I forgot what we were doing out here. I think we were moving away from towns to give a better chance for the event to trigger. So the good sources of famed items are these goblin camps. We know 100% there's a famed item there, and we know there's 100% a famed item here. We don't have a great strategy for unhold. Not there. I lied. There. Excuse me. So we know 2 default famed locations. It's likely there's famed items in here. About 50%, 60% even. So that'll be exciting. There is a mass grave over here that's worth taking. So perhaps we sweep to the east again. Do we want to fight orc camps along the way just for experience gain? Probably. I'd like to get I'd like to get Homie Chop a full level ahead of Darple, so that he will be immune to the sacrifice event when that shows up. Level 11 brothers are important for the sacrifice event, since all level brothers are not their normal day-to-day sacrifice event, but the Davkul armor sacrifice event. It looks at all your level 11 plus cultists, except for your best level 11 plus cultists defined by your defined by max experience. So we want to keep by level, the max level, excuse me, and then we're not sure about max experience. So we'd really like to keep Homie Chop ahead of Darple in experience. Right, we had a orc champion somewhere too. Yeah, So I think our team is getting close to strong enough to fight the Orcs champions. I was really hoping to hit the HP plus off Cultist before then, which would give me 86 HP, which would be fucking sick. But that's level 4, and we're only level 3, and we're only level 2, and it's a 50% chance to hit the next level each time. So it seems very unlikely that we're ever going to have plus 20 HP. That just is something that is a pipe dream told to children as they age. They learn that Santa's not real, and plus 20 HP on your cultist is not real either, and it's brutal. But until then, orcs. Probably orcs. All right. Early front cult. We have a lot of early front cults. Too many early front cults, really. Is there whip mastery? Yeah, whip is considered a cleaver. You can tell because of all the cutting surfaces on a whip. That's really what gives it away. And yes, so cleaver spec will do that. This brother's asking to die, being on the front line here. I don't think we need him to die. We're not against him dying, but we're not for it either. It would be very nice to get some dumb hedge knights. I'd take a dumb swordmaster. If I'd take any dumb class, you kidding me? You know how great a swordmaster would be in this campaign? You know what would happen to a dumb swordmaster? So he starts off dumb, and he has unbelievable starting stats because he's a swordmaster. And then the cultist converts him. He loses the ability to get old when he becomes a cultist. He no longer costs me swordmaster money. And then he's going to get an HP boost and recurring stamina recovery. Do you know how good a swordmaster is for this campaign? A swordmaster is incredible for Dovcool. Swordmasters can't get dumb. Well, that blows that out of the water. Boo. Boo. We wanted the dumbest swordmaster in the land. Of course that would be OP. Hedge Knights can. What other classes can't get dumb? Can sellswords get dumb? Get dumb, bro. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, way to kill a dream, jerk. Way to beat that guy.